Hello, and welcome to the Good Food Program. Your host is Cindy Cesena, the Expanded Food and Nutrition Education Program Assistant for Lake County, Ronan, Montana. These programs are designed to help families with children use USDA and other inexpensive foods to prepare tasty, nutritious, attractive meals that are low in cost. The recipes will be put on the screen later, so keep a pencil and paper handy. Videotapes of these programs are available at the FNEP office in Lake County and other Extension Service offices in Montana and the Salish Kootenai College Library in Pablo.
Okay, we're here in Moody's Market today in Ronan, Montana, and this is Jim Farger. He's the manager of the store, and he and his staff have invited us into the store and are going to let us do a show. And I'm going to show you how to grocery shop and do a sort of a mock-up for a family of 4 for a week. And so let's get started. We'll go this way first. Okay. I don't know how you shop. I usually start in the produce section because it gives me ideas for the meals that I'm going to fix. But this time I've gone through their ads that they have for this week and figured out the meals for the week and picked out from the best sales. And they say to get the staples and canned goods first so the produce won't get smushed. So we're going to do it that way. And we'll start out, we need noodles for a tuna noodle dish that we're going to do, and that's right down here. And one thing, by making a pretty accurate list, is you avoid impulse buying, which is deadly. And, okay, that's where I'm trying to go. Okay, and we'll get these noodles for the casserole. They're about the same price as the flat noodles, and I thought kids might enjoy the shape on them. And one of the ways to check prices on things is to go to the unit pricing on the shelf, and it'll say how much a pound it is. On these rotoni that we bought, they're, let's see, $1.24 a pound, which is the same as the flat noodles, so I figured it was okay. And we need tuna. Come back, come back. We'll get tuna's on sale for 59 cents a can, so we'll get 2 of those. That way we'll have 1 can for the casserole and then 1 can to make sandwiches with during the week. And let me flip to my list here so we can see what we're doing. Okay, we need to go down here a little further. Quite a bit further. Okay, I mentioned impulse buying. That's one thing that you should avoid a lot. And another thing, if it's possible for you to get a babysitter, now is a good time to get one because you know how hard kids are to take to the grocery store, which brings up positioning of foods on shelves. A lot of times the things that are at eye level are the things that cost the most. Now, I'm sure this grocery store doesn't do it. But it's the things that are high and low that have the lower prices. But also the lower parts will have the high sugar and high fat things that appeal to children because they'll get them. And it also helps to shop with somebody sometimes. And the next thing we're going to get in the ad, it has S&W tomatoes. And they happen to have a Mexican style. And one of our meals is tacos. So we'll buy these, and they're already seasoned. And so all we'll have to do is add a little chili powder to them, and they'll make really good enchilada sauce. And when buying canned foods, a lot of times you're paying for a lot of salt water. So when you buy frozen vegetables or canned vegetables, if the frozen vegetables are, say, 99 cents a pound for peas, and the canned vegetables for 16 ounces is 99 cents too, chances are you'll get more peas if you bought the frozen because there's no extra water and salt in there. So be sure and double check on that kind of thing. And next we're going to get pinto beans. And they're down here. Whoops. We'll get 1 pound of pinto beans, and they'll be used for 2 different meals. They'll be used for the meal with the tacos or enchiladas, and also with a meal with ham and beans. And then we go to, we need to move over an aisle. Okay, the next thing we're going to get is spices and herbs. And in buying these, they are kind of expensive, but they make so much difference in the way things taste that you can get away with less expensive foods, and the seasoning will make them taste wonderful. And so we're going to get, let's see, garlic powder first. And I already looked at this, and it's the cheapest for this amount that I could find. If you got larger, you would save money on this. And then we need some black pepper and some chili powder. And I buy the hot chili powder and just use a little bit less of it. I think you save money this way, I'm not sure. And then over here they have Italian seasoning. And I was going to buy basil and oregano, but they're both in here, and this is only 71 cents, and it's a lot cheaper for the same amount than if you buy them separately. So for salad dressings and things like that, I'll buy this. And if you have trouble finding the money for spices, maybe the best way to do it was every time you go shopping, just grab one of your favorites, and also that way you'll get to try it and get used to it, how to use it. And then down there we need to get to the raisins. Okay, we need baking powder. And this is $1.04 a pound, and the other brand was $3.01 a pound. So, and they're exactly the same, so I would get the cheaper one. I haven't noticed any difference in how they work. And then we'll need to get some flour. Okay, we're going to get enriched flour because they've taken, when they do the milling, they take out everything. And then when they enrich it, they put about 13 things back. But it's better to have the nutrients back in it than just plain flour. And whole wheat flour is even better for you, but a lot of people don't like it. But the unbleached enriched is pretty good. And I'm just going to buy the store brand in this because I don't think it makes any difference. And then we're going to get some cornmeal. And this is one case where it's 68.7 a pound in the little one, and it's 80 cents a pound in the larger one. So by buying bulk, you wouldn't have saved anything. Okay, let's pick up some raisins. Whoops! And we're just getting Western Family because they're cheaper, and that's the store brand in this particular store. And we'll put the raisins in a carrot raisin salad and in a carrot cake and probably in oatmeal cookies too. Now we get to pick out the oil, which is really difficult because there are so many different kinds and there's so much said about cholesterol. One thing is that any vegetable oil will have no cholesterol in it, but it may have saturated fats, which can hurt you too as far as your cholesterol reading goes. So you try to get an oil that is inexpensive with the least amount of saturated fats. And the Western Family vegetable oil is pretty good here. The canola oil is better, but for the price, we're going for the Western Family. Okay, and we're going to get the quick oats, which are on sale here for $2.28 for that big thing. And if you, let's see, how does that work out? That's 86.9 a pound if you buy them and fix them yourself, and it doesn't take very long. But if you buy them already done, it's like $3.38 a pound, and even higher than that. And if you buy oats, you can make oatmeal cookies, you can make muffins, you can put it in meatloaf. And I don't work for the Oat Council, it just seems like it. Okay, packaged cereals are one area where you can save money. If you buy the larger the package that you buy, usually the more that you save. And also, please don't buy cereals that already have sugar on them. They aren't good for you or your kids. And if you have to have sugar on them, you can put it on yourself. But better yet, use fruit and very little sugar. And they are quite costly when they're already made up with sugar on them. I picked up some non-fat dry milk. And you'll notice that it has a little date. I don't think you can see it, but it says it's good until January of 1990. But be sure and check that. Most things like this do have dates on it. And I use it for all cooking. I don't use whole milk for that at all. And this will be enough to last a week for everybody that drinks milk, because kids are supposed to have like 3 or 4 servings a day, and adults need 2. And I'm also going to buy some whole milk, some whole low fat, to add to it just in case they don't like the powdered milk straight by itself. And then we're going to get cheese. And this is on sale for $3.89 for 2 pounds. And it's usually $5.59, so this is quite a savings on this. And we use it in, let's see, in the tacos. And you can use it for cheese sandwiches for lunch. And I have it in something else too, but I can't. Oh, it's in the cabbage and ham dish also. And then eggs. It makes more sense to buy large eggs than it does medium eggs for the price. And so these are the large eggs, and they're $1.06, and that's a fair price. So these are the eggs that we'll get. And they have brown eggs for $1.27, but nutritionally they're the same. They just look prettier, and if they come from a farm, they might be fresher and they might taste just a little bit better than the apartment chickens that lay these others. And they do have cholesterol in them, so if you're on a low cholesterol diet, you have to watch that. But they're a good source of protein, and they aren't very high in calories, so eggs are a good food if you aren't overly concerned about cholesterol. And then next, we'll go to margarine, and you can see that there's many choices. And what we've found out is that with the store brand, again, this is 75 cents for the store brand, and it has the same ingredients as a much more expensive brand, which is, this is $1.30 and this is 75. The difference being is that this brand has a little more sodium in it, but that's all. So you're better off buying this, unless your doctor told you to watch sodium, then I wouldn't do it. And we better get 2 of those. And then down here, we'll get the, oh, sure we will. Yeah, just the low-fat milk. The whole milk really nobody needs, because it's really got saturated fats and cholesterol in it. And so low fat is much better for you, and you'll get used to it. And oh, yogurt. Okay, they don't have any. Yeah, they do. I'm gonna buy just a little container of plain yogurt for 69 cents, and then make yogurt at home with the non-fat dried milk, and it comes out to, I think it's 20 cents a quart, whereas you can see it's quite a bit more, $1.47 a quart if you buy it in the store. And that's all for the dairy. Okay, now we're going to get some orange juice, and it's on sale for 99 cents. And it's usually $1.80, so that's a good deal too. And it comes with calcium added or not, and I'm getting the orange juice with the calcium added because you might as well. It's good for you and it's in there. Costs the same as the other. And then for the bread, and if this works for your family, this is a really good deal. It's honey wheat bread dough that's frozen, and you thaw it out and bake it, and it tastes a lot like homemade bread, but it comes out to 59 cents a pound, which is cheaper than most of the bread that you can buy at the bread counter. And it'll save, you know, you can do as many as you want at a time. So that's a good deal too. And then we'll motor on down here to peas. And we're going to get frozen peas. And these are on sale for 99 cents a pound, which compared to the canned work out a lot better because, like I said, there isn't the waste of the salt and the water. But sometimes the canned ones, are, when they come on really cheap, that works out to be a better deal. So you just have to keep an eye on it. And as for all the frozen goodies that have already been fixed for you, they're going to cost. So if you make the food at home yourself, you'll save a lot of money. They say good shopping and careful cooking actually pays as well as a part-time job. So if you think of it like that, maybe feel a little better. Okay. Now I gotta go that way. We'll get this picnic ham. It's on sale for 99 cents a pound, which is real good. And we use the ham in 2 different dishes this week. And you can save the bone and make beautiful soup. Minestrone soup or bean soup or all different kinds of soups with that. And the same thing with chicken. We're going to get some chicken, but if you save the bones and the wing tips and backs and necks and things like that, boil it up and it'll make a soup that is really great and cheap. We're going to get leg quarters because they're on sale for 49 cents a pound, which is a really nice deal. And we're going to make chicken and dumplings with these, with part of them, and then save part of the meat out, and that's where the meat for the chicken enchiladas or chicken tacos comes from. And we'll get, this only costs $1.54 for this huge pack, so, and that's a good deal. And take the skin off and take all those little yellow pieces of fat out too, because that's cholesterol on the hoof. Oops, there we go. And then I think we'll get some oxtails to make another pot of stew type of thing. And you don't see these very often, but they make a wonderful, wonderful stew. And then let's see, oh, I wanted a whole chicken too. And 1 whole chicken, which is on sale for 99, which I've seen better, but that'll work okay. Same thing, take the skin off, get all the fat out of it. Okay, we're going to get some strawberry preserves because they're only 80 cents a pound, and they're high in sugar, but you got to have something to go with peanut butter. And peanut butter is good protein, high fat, so watch that. And we'll use that for sandwiches and to make the peanut butter cookies. And then we'll go down here and get some vinegar. And I prefer the apple cider vinegar for making salad dressings and for everything else because I think it has a better flavor. They use the white vinegar for making pickles, so the pickles will stay clear and a better green color. And unfortunately now the apple cider vinegar costs a little more, but we'll get just a little bit for this week. Okay, and we need to get some mayonnaise too. The mayonnaise that we're getting, this is confusing too because they have light mayonnaise and regular mayonnaise. And light mayonnaise has less cholesterol but more sodium. The regular mayonnaise has more cholesterol and less sodium. So if you aren't worried about sodium but you are about cholesterol, get the light. The light is also a little bit cheaper. They all contain a lot of fat. Keep that in mind. Don't use very much. Oh, and back to the dairy products. Be sure and check for the dates on them to make sure that they're good for quite a while. I forgot to mention that. Okay, let's move on to produce. We'll need 2 pounds of broccoli. And broccoli is a good source of vitamin A and vitamin C. And this is a really good price on this too. Let's see if we can get 2 pounds. That feels like it. Let's see how close I am. How about that? And then we're going to get 10 pounds of potatoes for $1.49. So this is a good buy. And one of the things that we're going to make is oven fried potatoes, which you just slice them like regular French fries and boil them in the oven, or cook them in the oven at 400 with only, I think it's 1 tablespoon of oil. So they're much lower fat than if you do them in deep fat, and they're cinch, and they're really good. And then we'll get some cabbage. And we'll try and get 2 pounds of that. That feels about right. And this will cut in half. And half goes in a ham dish, and the other half will be used for coleslaw. And in coleslaw, you can put anything you want to in it. You can put green peppers and raisins and carrots and celery. And that's where your yogurt would come in good for a dressing. Use it with the mayonnaise, so the mayonnaise doesn't be so fattening. And then carrots. Which carrots? We will need those carrots down there. And we'll need 1 bunch of celery for the chicken and dumplings and salads and things like that. I'll wait till I get there. And this is a good deal, 2 pound bag of carrots for 59 cents. So I'll get those, and they go in a lot of things. And 3 onions. Maybe it's a good thing we did get the produce last. And then, let's see. Well, we'll get the green peppers first because they're over here. And we'll just get 1 of them because the price isn't as good as it can be. Sometimes they have them on sale for 6 for $1 or 8 for $1. Buy a bunch of them, chop them up, and put them in the freezer, and they work great in meatloafs and things like that. And let's see, what else do we need down here? Okay, we just need to go around that way. And with vegetables, I've said it before, the important thing is vitamin A and vitamin C are the main vitamins that we're looking at. And vitamin A comes in the vegetables that are yellow and the dark leafy green vegetables. And C is in Brussels sprouts, well, let's see, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, potatoes, tomatoes, broccoli, and actually the vitamin C in 1 potato is the same as it is in 1 tomato, which surprised me. And we'll get, I figured out on the grapefruit, they have these in the bag for $1.99. And those are 39 cents each, and they work out just about the same. They're about 40 cents a piece. So, and we don't need a whole bag, so we're just going to get 2. And the apples are right over there. And these in the bag work out a little bit cheaper than if you buy them individually when they have them all shined up and nice and big. And we'll make an apple crisp out of this and use them in salads, and also they're good to take in lunches. And then we need bananas, which are way over there. Fruits and vegetables are a very important part of your diet. Everybody needs 4 servings a day. Children, pregnant women, adults, teenagers, everybody. And they're a good source of fiber and a good source of vitamins and minerals. And the important thing, like I said, is to make sure that you wash them well. Also storing them properly. Make sure that they're in the refrigerator if they're supposed to be in there. And don't peel them unless you have to, like carrots, potatoes, things like that. Don't peel them. And also, vitamin C can be lost really rapidly through air, heat, and water. So don't soak them in a bunch of water, and put a lid on the pan when you're cooking them. And what was the other one? Don't leave them hanging around in the air. And that's all. There were a lot of areas in the store that we didn't get to today. Some of them because they were highly sugared, fat, and fatty foods, and I'll leave that up to your own conscience. And some of them we were just short on time. And on a lot of these packages, there are very good recipes on the back, because usually the people that are manufacturing this stuff know what to do with it. And that's all of our shopping today, and that will be enough to feed a family of 4 for a week, and probably longer than that. How are we doing? Okay.
Here's your receipt. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, Phil, for letting us come in the store and do our good food program here, and your staff was very helpful.